What's up, guys? Just just your average Stormtrooper here, back with my second Heroes Tips and Tricks video for Battlefront 2. This episode is going to be a light side version of my last one, which was the dark side heroes, and I'm going to just be giving you tips on, I think, 5 different heroes for the light side that I believe are the best ones, and I recommend you play as in both Galactic Assault, Heroes vs. Villains, and even in arcade mode. So, my first one here you see is Finn, on Kashyyyk, so I'll get into that in a second, but, make sure you go back, give me some support if you can, hit the notification bell, and like and subscribe if you really could. I'd appreciate that so much, thank you for that. And, yeah, other than that, let's get started. So, Finn, the most important things you need to know with him, I'd say the most important that I've learned from playing as him, is use his, sharpshooting ability, where he's able to lock onto a target, and just shoot at them consistently without having to really aim. You can see I kind of demonstrated there earlier with Maul, and I think I'm going to do it here with against some droids, and I think even a Bosk, who I'm going to end up facing against, but it's going to, like, you can see it's highlighted in like a red square there, so it's actually important that you learn how to use that effectively. And make sure to be a very big team player with Finn, using his big deal and his stealth abilities from radars. It's very helpful for your team, and yeah, this is a Maul, not a Bosk, sorry, but you're really going to want to learn how to use these abilities correctly, as Finn can definitely be one of the best light side heroes, in my opinion, to use. Make sure to use your dodge ability as always with him, so you can kind of like roll around, and sometimes makes lightsaber heroes not that great. So next, here we got Rey, and I'd say this is probably my second favorite character now after playing as her a bit on maps, but the one thing that I would say with her is that some heroes, and most heroes do not have, even some lightsaber heroes don't have this, is make sure to block with her lightsaber and try to be as accurate as possible when blocking, as you can kind of redirect damage back to the other players. But be careful, as you know, the only hero that can fully regenerate health is Bosk, so any like explosive shots shot at her will she'll take, not deflect, so just watch out for some AoE damage. But other than that, with her mind trick is probably one of the best abilities in the game, from my experiences, especially in like PvE or Heroes vs. Villains especially. She is one of the best light side heroes to use because of her mind trick ability, and her high damage output really, and her mind trick, they just work so well together. You can see me kill this Maul here. I mean, her damage, she probably 5-6 shots a hero. But, yeah, make sure to block. Be a leader with her. If your enemy use her dash attack, be careful that you're not dash attacking to large amounts of crowds, like maybe 4 or 5 people. Do it to 1 or 2 people. Try to knock them down. And her insight, always use that, as she's also a very big team Jedi. Just like Yoda is, who I will be getting to shortly, I think, just about next. So, yeah, with Rey, make sure to utilize, she's a high jump. Her lightsaber attacks are pretty accurate, but you just gotta be careful and watch with her. Her insight ability actually gives her more damage, so use that whenever you're about, especially like when you're about to go like face off against an enemy hero, so that helps. Alright, so next is my favorite hero, Yoda, from a light side, of course. I believe that if he's used correctly, he is the most overpowered Jedi. So I have a few reasons to back this up. So one, he has a healing ability that grants him 200 extra health, and he grants his teammates health, which I think is fantastic. And one way I've learned how to use this is, if you want to skip the animation, you can dash attack and then press LB/RB in your dash attack animation. The one thing I don't exactly like about him is he absorbs the blocking, but this comes into one of the most overpowered abilities called Unleash, his LB ability on Xbox, where if you block a certain amount of damage for a certain amount of time, Unleash has like an increased area of effect, and you can probably kill 3 to 5 enemies at a time, every single time when you use this ability. So some downsides of Yoda, I'm just going to say, and how you can get past them. His swings are a bit inaccurate, and he does drain a lot of stamina quickly, but some ways to get around this are, when you're going at an enemy to kill them, you want to press A and then swing with your lightsaber. That's also very useful, and for escaping, I know he is a small guy, but he can still be shot at a lot, but use that RB attack to not only just do a lot of damage to other enemies and heroes, but use it to escape. As you can see, I was unfortunately killed by Palpatine, however, yeah, use that RB as effectively as you can, and you will succeed as Yoda. So next, I think this is my first HVV, or Heroes versus Villains, gameplay that I have put on my channel here. But, yeah, Princess Leia, I have heard a lot about, is the best hero, actually, to use by a lot of different people. But, in my opinion, I don't really like her, but I'm going to review her, because she's a fantastic in Heroes versus Villains. Not exactly Galactic Assault for me, maybe on long-range maps with her LT ability, but I would recommend her if you are if you're good with like pulse rifles and blaster pistols. But yeah, with Leia, make sure to utilize her assault rifle and her LB blaster ability, which is like a higher damage shot, as it can actually do a lot of damage to other heroes, and it can really assist you when you need to get a high damage output quickly. But some other things are her grenade. Her grenade like dazes or shocks for a few seconds, and that just is a great effect for blinding enemies as they just like get really confused. And the thing is, actually gives them a harder time to see you. As you can see here, I kill almost all four of the guys on their team just by using the blaster and the assault rifle and all that combined. So yeah, so that's Leia. I'll make sure you dodge around with her. She is kind of vulnerable. So with Luke, I'd say Luke is my least played character, one of my least played heroes. I mean, I don't really play as him, Chewbacca, Han Solo, or Lando at all. So with Luke, just make sure you do some blocking. Utilize his block ability, as it can actually come in handy. I think he is the best blocking in the game. Use his rush, it is almost like Yoda, and I think it's actually pretty useful sometimes, depending on really when you need it and how many enemies you're going up against. And so with his push ability, I'd say his push ability is really only useful if you need to escape, or of course if there's a ledge and you can push an enemy into like a bottomless pit, or like an ocean or something like that, off a ledge, and kill them. So that's probably one of the only reasons why I would necessarily use that ability. But use his I think it's called like I don't even know what it's called. I'm sorry. It's like impulse or something. It's something interesting. But if you use that ability, it will repulse. But yeah, if you use it effectively, you can definitely stun the enemy for a few seconds and I think you do a good amount of damage. It's not that much. It's maybe like a quarter of their health, but you just get them down and then you can attack them from there. So with Luke, that's really just about it. He's fast, he's versatile, but be careful as he does not have the best abilities in the game. Probably some of the worst abilities is for a lightsaber hero. And just be careful. He is very vulnerable. I've experienced killing him a lot as like an enemy team, like the Stormtroopers and stuff. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna next be uploading Galactic Assault tips on how to get heroes more efficiently. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy that, and make sure to read the description for extra information. Alright guys, see you later. Bye.